Young boy sells lemonades to buy gift for mom. Then Mel Gibson walks in and changes everything. In the quiet suburban neighborhood of Oakwood, nestled between neatly trimmed lawns and colorful flower beds, stood a modest lemonade stand. It was the pride and joy of 10-year-old Trevor, a young boy with a heart full of dreams and an entrepreneurial spirit. Trevor had always been close to his mother, who worked tirelessly as a nurse at the local hospital. She often came home exhausted, her smile never fading, despite the long hours she spent caring for others. Trevor wanted to do something special for his mum's birthday. He knew how much she loved lemonade, so he came up with an idea. He would set up a lemonade stand to raise money for a thoughtful gift. His plan was simple: make enough money to buy her a beautiful bouquet of flowers and a heartfelt card. He wanted to show her how much he appreciated everything she did for him, how much he valued her kindness, and how grateful he was for all the love and support she gave him every single day. It wasn't just about the gift itself, but about making her feel special, reminding her how much she meant to him, and giving her something that would bring a smile to her face. Trevor wanted this birthday to be one she would always remember, something that would make her feel as cherished as she made him feel. The morning of the sale dawned bright and sunny, just as Trevor had hoped. The golden rays of the sun streamed through his bedroom window, filling the room with warmth and energy. He woke up early, his excitement making it impossible to stay in bed any longer. As soon as he jumped out of bed, he hurried to get dressed and rushed downstairs, eager to start the day. He double-checked everything he had prepared the night before: the table, the signs, the cups, and most importantly, the ingredients for the lemonade. Not long after, the doorbell rang. Lily and Max had arrived, just as excited as Trevor. They exchanged cheerful greetings before getting straight to work. Together, they began filling large pitchers with homemade lemonade, carefully measuring the perfect ratio of lemon juice, sugar, and water. Trevor had added a special twist by infusing the lemonade with fresh mint leaves, hoping the cool, crisp flavor would make it even more refreshing. As they stirred the mixture, the zesty citrus aroma filled the air, making them even more eager to start selling. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, Trevor and his friends positioned themselves behind the stand, ready to serve their first customer. They waved enthusiastically to passers-by, hoping to catch their attention. Soon enough, a few curious neighbors stopped by to taste the lemonade. The feedback was overwhelmingly positive. The minty freshness of the drink made it a hit, and word quickly spread through the neighborhood. The first customer to approach the lemonade stand was Mrs. Johnson, a kind, elderly woman who lived 2 houses down. She was known for her warm smile and friendly demeanor. Trevor greeted her with a big smile, pouring a glass of lemonade into a tall, clear glass. Mrs. Johnson took a sip, her eyes lighting up with delight. "This is delicious," she exclaimed. "I can't believe how refreshing this is. How much?" "Only $1 a glass," Trevor replied, his voice filled with enthusiasm. "And today, all the proceeds go towards a birthday gift for my mum." Mrs. Johnson nodded approvingly. "Well, you have yourself a customer then." She handed over the dollar bill and thanked Trevor before walking away, sipping her lemonade contentedly. Next came Mr. Thompson, a middle-aged man who owned the hardware store on Main Street. He was a regular customer at Trevor's stand, always, praising the kids for their hard work. Today was no different. "I heard about your special lemonade, Trevor," Mr. Thompson said, taking a seat at one of the small wooden chairs set up nearby. "I must say, it lives up to the hype. You've got quite the talent here." "Thanks, Mr. Thompson," Trevor beamed, pouring another glass for him. "We put a lot of effort into it. My mom will love the gift we're going to get her." Mr. Thompson chuckled. "That's wonderful. I'll take another glass, please." As more customers trickled in, Trevor found himself growing more confident. Each sale brought him closer to his goal, and the support from his community filled him with a sense of accomplishment. The day was shaping up to be a success. Just as Trevor was beginning to feel like the lemonade stand might surpass his expectations, an unexpected figure appeared in the distance. It was a man with a rugged yet charismatic presence, dressed casually, in jeans and a leather jacket. His piercing blue eyes scanned the crowd, and there was something about his demeanor that immediately caught everyone's attention. It was none other than Hollywood actor Mel Gibson, known for his roles in blockbuster films such as Braveheart and Lethal Weapon. Despite his fame, Mel was down to earth and had a genuine interest in connecting with people. He had recently moved to Oakwood with his family, seeking a quieter life away from the spotlight. Curious, Mel walked over to the lemonade stand. Trevor's eyes widened as he recognized the famous actor. He felt a mix of excitement and nervousness, but managed to compose himself. "Hey there, little guy," Mel said with a warm smile, crouching down to Trevor's level. "I couldn't help but notice your lemonade stand. Mind if I try a glass?" Trevor nodded, trying not to let his excitement show too much. "Sure, Mr. Gibson. I'd be honored." Mel took a sip, savoring the refreshing taste. "This is fantastic. What's your secret?" "We use fresh mint leaves," Trevor explained proudly. "My mom taught me how to make it." Mel's face lit up. "That's amazing. Your mom sounds like a great teacher." Trevor beamed at the compliment. "She is. She's a nurse and she works really hard. That's why I'm selling lemonade, to get her a birthday gift." Mel listened intently, nodding thoughtfully. "That's very thoughtful of you. What do you plan on getting her?" "A bouquet of flowers and a card," Trevor replied, his eyes sparkling with determination. "But it's going to cost a bit more than I expected." Mel considered this for a moment. "How much do you need?" Trevor hesitated, unsure if he should ask such a famous person for help. But seeing the genuine interest in Mel's eyes, he decided to take a chance. "I need $50 more to reach my goal." Mel reached into his pocket and pulled out a crisp $50 bill. "Here you go. Consider it a donation." Trevor's eyes widened in shock. "Really? Thank you so much." Mel ruffled Trevor's hair affectionately. "You're doing something really special for your mom. Keep up the good work." With the additional funds, Trevor felt a surge of renewed energy. Encouraged by the steady stream of customers and the growing pile of dollar bills in the cash box, he poured glass after glass of lemonade, his enthusiasm never wavering. The sun beat down from above, but he hardly noticed the heat, too caught up in the excitement of the moment. Each sale brought him closer to his goal, and that thought alone kept him going. As the afternoon stretched on, more people stopped by. Some were returning customers who had enjoyed the lemonade earlier and wanted another refreshing drink. Others had heard about the stand from neighbors and came to see what all the buzz was about. Trevor greeted each person with a bright smile, his confidence growing with every transaction. Lily and Max worked just as hard, refilling pitchers, handing out cups, and making sure everything ran smoothly. The three of them were a well-oiled team, their hard work paying off in ways they had never imagined. By the time the sun began to dip toward the horizon, Trevor took a moment to count the money. His eyes widened in disbelief as he realized he had not only met his goal, but far exceeded it. He had enough to buy his mom the beautiful bouquet of flowers he had envisioned, along with a heartfelt card, and maybe even a little extra something special. After the last customer left, Trevor and his friends cleaned up the stand, feeling a sense of accomplishment. They packed away the remaining lemonade, grateful for the support they had received from their neighbors. As they prepared to head home, Mel Gibson approached them once again. "Hey, kids," he said, his friendly demeanor unchanged. "Would you mind if I joined you for a while? I'd love to hear more about your plans for your mom's birthday." Trevor and his friends exchanged excited glances. This was an opportunity they couldn't miss. "Of course, Mr. Gibson," Trevor said eagerly. They sat down at one of the picnic tables, near the stand, and Trevor shared his vision for the perfect birthday gift. He described the beautiful bouquet of flowers he had picked out, along with the heartfelt card he had written. Mel listened intently, offering encouraging words and advice. "Your mom is going to love this," Mel assured him. "And you're doing something truly special. It's not just about the gift, it's about the thought and effort you've put into it." Feeling inspired, Trevor asked Mel about his own experiences with his family. Mel shared stories of his children and wife, revealing a side of him that many didn't know existed. He spoke fondly of his family life, emphasizing the importance of cherishing moments and showing appreciation for those who matter most. Listening to Mel's stories, Trevor felt a newfound respect for the actor. He realized that despite his fame, Mel was still a father and husband, just like Trevor's own dad. The conversation flowed easily, and before they knew it, the sun was beginning to set. The day of Trevor's mum's birthday finally arrived. Trevor woke up early, his heart racing with anticipation. He carefully arranged the flowers and card he had bought, ensuring everything was perfect. His mom would be coming home from work soon, and he couldn't wait to surprise her. As he waited nervously by the front door, he heard the familiar sound of her car pulling into the driveway. He took a deep breath and stepped forward, holding out the bouquet and card. "Happy birthday, Mom!" Trevor exclaimed, his voice filled with excitement. "I made you something special." His mom's eyes widened in surprise as she saw the flowers. She looked from the bouquet to Trevor, tears welling up in her eyes. "Oh, Trevor, this is beautiful. Thank you so much." Trevor smiled, handing her the card as well. "I wrote this just for you. I hope you like it." His mom opened the card, reading the heartfelt message inside. She hugged Trevor tightly, her voice choked with emotion. "This is the best birthday present I could ever ask for. Thank you, sweetheart." Just then, there was a knock at the door. Trevor's mom wiped her eyes and went to open it, finding Mel Gibson standing there with a bouquet of his own. "Happy birthday, Mom," Mel said with a warm smile. "I couldn't let your son's efforts go unnoticed. Here, I brought these for you as well." Trevor's mom gasped in surprise. "Mel Gibson? Oh, this is too much." Mel shook his head. "Not at all. Trevor reminded me of the importance of family and celebrating the people we love. You deserve this, and so much more." Touched by the gesture, Trevor's mom welcomed Mel inside, offering her a seat at the kitchen table. The warm, inviting aroma of freshly baked cookies filled the air, and Mel couldn't help but smile as Trevor's mom poured her a cup of tea. They began to talk, sharing stories about the neighborhood, their families, and fond memories from years past. Trevor sat nearby, listening as his mother and Mel laughed over shared experiences, their conversation flowing as if they had known each other forever. He had never seen his mom so happy, and it filled him with pride to know that his small act of kindness had sparked something so meaningful. As the evening went on, Trevor learned more about Mel's life. She spoke about how she had moved to the neighborhood years ago but had never really had the chance to connect with many people. She had been hesitant to stop by the lemonade stand at first, worried she might feel out of place, but something about the cheerful setup and Trevor's friendly smile had drawn her in. "I can't tell you how much this means to me," Mel said, her voice full of warmth. "Sometimes a simple conversation can make all the difference." Trevor's mom reached out and gave her hand a gentle squeeze. "We're so happy you stopped by, Mel. You're always welcome here." Trevor smiled, realizing that the lemonade stand had done more than just help him buy a gift for his mom. It had created an opportunity to bring people together. What had started as a simple plan to raise money had turned into something far greater, something that left a lasting impact on everyone involved. As Mel finally stood to leave, she turned to Trevor with a grateful expression. "You're a very Special young man, Trevor, keep doing what you're doing. You have a gift for bringing people together. Trevor felt a warmth spread through his chest as he nodded, knowing he would never forget this moment. As the door closed behind Mel, his mom pulled him into a tight hug. "You have no idea how much this meant to me," she whispered. Trevor hugged her back, realizing that the real gift he had given wasn't just the flowers or the card. It was the happiness, connection, and love that had filled their home that evening. And as he sat back down at the kitchen table, enjoying the last few moments of the night, he knew that this was a birthday his mom would never forget, and neither would he. That evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Trevor sat on the porch steps, sipping the last cup of lemonade from the day's batch. A gentle breeze rustled the trees, carrying with it the distant sounds of laughter and evening chatter from the neighborhood. He reflected on the events of the past week, replaying every moment, from the excitement of setting up the stand to the steady stream of customers who had stopped by for a cool drink and a warm smile. Selling lemonade had turned into an unforgettable experience, one that had not only brought him closer to his mom, but also introduced him to someone he admired deeply. Mr. Thompson, the friendly owner of the local cafe, had stopped by earlier in the day and complimented Trevor's lemonade, even offering him some tips on running a small business. "It's not just about the product," he had said with a knowing smile. "It's about the connection you make with people." Those words stuck with Trevor, making him realize that his little lemonade stand had become more than just a way to make money. It had been a way to bring people together. Throughout the day, neighbors had lingered by the stand, chatting with one another as they sipped their drinks. Parents had brought their kids for a cold cup, sharing stories and laughter in the shade of the big oak tree nearby. Even strangers passing through had stopped, drawn in by the cheerful decorations and the delicious scent of fresh lemons. Trevor had never imagined that something as simple as lemonade could create such a sense of community. More than anything, he had loved seeing the joy on his mother's face when he handed her the bouquet of flowers and the heartfelt card he had picked out with Lily and Max. The way her eyes shimmered with emotion as she pulled him into a tight hug made all the hard work worth it. She had told him how proud she was, not just for what he had done, but for the kindness and thoughtfulness that had guided his actions. For Trevor, the experience was more than just a way to earn money for a birthday gift. It was a journey of growth, a lesson in perseverance, and a reminder that sometimes the smallest actions can create the biggest impacts. He had learned that hard work and determination could turn an idea into something meaningful, and that kindness, whether through a simple cup of lemonade or a heartfelt gesture, could touch the lives of those around him in unexpected ways. As he lay in bed that night, listening to the soft chirping of crickets outside his window, he felt a deep sense of pride and gratitude. He had set out to do something special for his mom, but in the process, he had gained so much more. The experience had shown him that making a difference didn't always require grand gestures. Sometimes all it took was a little effort, a lot of heart, and a willingness to bring people together. The memory of that summer day lingered in his mind, a cherished moment he knew he would carry with him for years to come. And as his eyes grew heavy and he drifted off to sleep, he knew one thing for certain: this was just the beginning. The lessons he had learned, the connections he had made, and the joy of giving would stay with him, guiding him as he continued to grow and find new ways to make a difference in the world around him.